The best thing you can do if she doesn't text you back is to do nothing. Most guys double text and it's the worst thing you can do because it shows that you are desperate and needy. You have to play the long game. Wait for her to message you, and if she doesn't, you must wait for an opportunity to arise. This could mean swiping up on a story so you can shoot your second shot. But make sure you leave a decent time period, this could be a couple of weeks to a couple of months, to ensure that you do not come off as desperate.
But you have to test their loyalty. Don't even look through their phone. Hey baby, give me your phone. Unlock it. I want to do something on it. Unlocks, hands it over. Don't do shit. Take a selfie, give it back to her. If she'll hand you her unlocked phone, she ain't cheap. Because believe me, these girls get hundreds and hundreds of messages every day on Instagram, Facebook. If they're replying in a way that they know you won't like, they will not unlock their phone. So if they won't unlock your phone and hand it to you, then that is a very good loyalty test. She's probably not girlfriend material. By all means, get her to suck your dick, have your fun with her, but she's probably not the girl you want to be with.
4 red flags you should never ignore. You should never ignore when they don't want you to look in their phone. 9 times out of 10, snatch it. Find a way to look in it. Wait till they're sleeping. Another red flag would be no affection. Long kisses, warm hugs, lazy days in bed on Sunday. If there's none of that, that's a red flag. Oh, you know another red flag? When they refuse to get rid of pictures of their exes. That means they haven't decided on you yet, my friend. That's a red flag. You want another red flag? They come home one day and they're different sexually. They're way better. They're wanting new things. They're talking a lot more. They're doing things you've never done with them. Who's teaching them that? Where are they getting that from? That's a red flag. There's a lot of red flags that you can pretty much indicate when someone's on the bad side of things.
88% of men have 0 sexual partners. Have you ever shown them and seen their reaction?
And the thing is, they don't believe it because
they don't believe it.
They're fucking all the guys that are the attractive guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know?
I'm like, hey, do you remember when you went to Jack in the Box last night? That motherfucker who gave you the taquitos?
Right.
Who's fucking him? Tell me. Right. Oh, I didn't even think. They don't even recognize that person exists. The cashier at Walmart. I've done this before. I've taken girls to Walmart and be like, who's fucking him? Tell me right now. Point that. Who's fucking him? And then they're like, oh, yes, not every dude is the fucking male stripper or the bartender you had a one-night stand with.
I had a guy ask me a question on Instagram and he goes, yo, Fit, why is it that every time I get a girl I like, even though I'm on my purpose, I go back to being a simp. I go back to beta male whales. I go back to validating her, even though I'm on my purpose. And this is the exact reason. You're using your purpose as a crutch. You're using your purpose as a way to get laid. You're only on your purpose because you feel like it can get you some booty. Women, believe it or not, think more about the guy who's complicated. They think more about the guy whose interest level is not certain. They don't know where you really stand with them. What do most guys do? Baby, I like you. Baby, I want to marry you in 1 hour. You go up to her in person. You didn't already complimented her. What did you just do? You just told her your interest level. Now, who's more invested? You are. You got to make it work.
Every time you start to feel like a little bitch, ask yourself a question, you know, because that's what it is. You're being a bitch.
Let's go.
Yep. It boils down to there's 2 voices in your head, a bitch voice and a boss voice. And the boss voice is the one that freaking loves you and wants you to do better, but we all generally listen to the bitch voice. Or not we all don't, that's why we're here. Okay, but most people, they listen to their bitch voice, you know? Don't listen to that bitch.
It really sucks as a man sometimes when I start treating someone well and then they start changing their behavior towards me, because then it's like, wait, so things were functioning better. I mean, you know my history.
It pisses me off because that's my love language. I love when people pay for things for me, but I have heard a lot of men say the same thing, that when I finally start doing the things that she wants me to do, or she presumably would want a woman would want a man to do, that's when they will kind of start getting an attitude.
They're probably more used to some kind of abusive or unhealthy relationship.
I think
because it's a transaction. There's no genuine desire. It's a transactional arrangement.
If that's why, but I mean, like, if I would like somebody and I wanted to be with that, like, intimate with them, and they fly me out, it's not going to make me want to be
not intimate.
Richard Hart was on a couple weeks ago, and he started talking about, well, the girls will like me, and then they'll come and they'll see that I own like 7 supercars and like $10 million worth of watches, and all of a sudden they don't. They were trying to make me wait. They're change all this kind of stuff, and the whole thing changes. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's That's what I've seen, that personally, the same thing happen. So it just makes it very difficult when, we talked about this before. You remember I said this, every time a girl goes on a date with a guy who's like a perfect gentleman and she makes him wait and then she goes off and her toxic ex, she makes the world 1% worse. Because what she's doing is
I agree.
she's rewarding the behavior of the toxic ex and she's punishing every dude who treats him like a gentleman.
Got a heart before get unpaid, baby. The body be fresh out the cage.
I see tall guys all the time. I'll be back home or something, be standing in line at Walmart, and I'll look over and there'll be some guy in like plant clothes, 6'2", scraggly ass looking beard, fat as fuck, jade blue eyes. I'm like, that motherfucker, if he lost that weight, he would fucking slay. Glad his fat ass doesn't. More for me. I don't care. But I see that shit all the time, man. It's like, there's wasted talent. All these guys, you know, they think that just because, you know, they're not Brad Pitt, that they can't get women. I think Andrew says this. I say, you can either be handsome or you can look scary. So you have the option, because you can be big and strong and maybe a little ugly, but if you do well and men respect you and men follow you and you're confident, there's too many beautiful women out there for you to have an excuse not to be able to do it.
I truly don't believe any man actually wants to get married. He wants his woman to be loyal. He wants his woman as a wife. He doesn't want to be a husband. He just wants to do it so she's less likely to cheat. It's a degree of insecurity. Well, if I marry her, she'll know I really love her and maybe then she won't leave.
Most men always get looked upon like they're not a hoe. Why is it different for women than it is for men?
Because men and women are different.
They are.
Because it's easy for us to get sex. The world doesn't like think highly of you if you do what's easy. And men getting sex is hard. So if they do what's hard, it's valued. If we do what's easy, it's not.
How could you not be depressed when you wake up and just stare at your phone? How could you not be depressed when you masturbate 5 times a day, 3 times a day, every single day for years? You're convincing your brain and your body and your soul that you're getting laid, that you're experiencing love and intimacy, and every single day you keep waking up alone. How could you not be depressed? How could you not be depressed when you go onto Instagram and you see people who are better than you? How could you not be depressed when you see a bleak future ahead with a career that isn't part of your purpose? How could you not be depressed when you're like 20 years old and at this point every man in your bloodline has had children apart from you? How could you not be depressed when 70%, 80%, 90% of men have literally no love, no intimacy, no affection in their lives?
Don't even look at them in public. Don't even think about talking to them. When you see them, stay away now. That's where we are. Because he was nowhere near her. You need to understand that they will all do this to you. And you will have your life ruined. He was nowhere near her. Okay? Stay away from them unless you know them. Even if you know them, there's still the possibility. He was nowhere near her. Whenever someone that's in a long-term relationship gets with someone right after they get divorced, they were already talking to them behind the other person's back. It was only 2 weeks ago that she divorced Tom Brady. These two people were already talking while Tom Brady was off playing football.
All our younger guys out there, life's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't feel bad about yourselves because you're 23 years old and you don't got no money and you can't compete. Take your time. I was broke as shit when I was 26. I was a millionaire by age 35. Give it 5 years. Give it 10 years. Figure it out. You can do it.
Men hate acknowledging that there's a handsome privilege. They hate acknowledging that there's...
I don't think men have a problem accepting that there's other gorgeous men that just get it because they're gorgeous. I want to mediate this problem that y'all are having online real quick and explain to y'all what the real issue is. There seems to be a sentiment where y'all think that there's a disparity between how many women are gorgeous and how many men are gorgeous, all right? There simply is not. You could tell when they break down these statistics from these dating apps how women only like swipe right on 5 to 10% of men and men swipe right on half of the women, right? So that gives this false confidence. We've all gone through that. Here's what I want to really like break down to y'all, okay? Men, if we want to be attractive, we got to work with what our parents gave us. The bone structure our parents gave us. We want to be a little more attractive. You got to grow a beard, try to, get your teeth nice and straight and white, right? You gotta keep your skin clear. Women contour their face. Y'all try to change y'all bone structure. If everybody without makeup just stood in front of a camera and we had to rank the attractiveness, it would be the same. It would be the same.
Is the same thing as me going to like the beach in a bikini.
Fine, let's use that. When you go to the beach, is your purpose to, play in the sand, get a tan, play in the water, maybe go do some water activities, like parasailing, I don't know, make a sand castle, maybe just go have fun with your friends, whatever. Now, on the flip side, when you post a bikini picture on social media, what purpose is there other than to show people your body and what you look like? People seeing your body and what you look like at the beach is just a side effect. There's really no avoiding it because you're there to do other things. And I would still say it depends on the type of swimsuit that you wear, because some of them are literally so provocative, they're quite literally illegal. But on social media, posting a underwear pic, lingerie pic, bikini pic, whatever you want to call it, the whole purpose is to show off what you look like. That's the whole purpose. That's not a side effect. There's no not avoiding that because that's the purpose of what you're doing. You're doing it for validation and attention. It's not the same thing at all. It's not even close.